and gentlemen, welcome back to Dragon's Greed Gaming. You are joining us for our final episode of Alien The Roleplaying Game, Destroyer of Worlds. Thank you so much for coming back and joining us. We've made it through the Halloween season, and we're coming up here on Thanksgiving, and more importantly, my birthday on Monday. So we're going to celebrate by seeing if any of our Marines can make it out of this hellhole alive. But before we delve into that, be sure you check out the Facebook page. Give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe to us on Spreaker or Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast. Leave us a review and let us know what you think and how we're doing, and reach out and tell us cool shit you're up to. But as always, I am your host, the Great Unclean One, and we are delving back into everyone's favorite sci-fi horror franchise, the Alien Role-Playing Game by Free League Publishing. We're finishing off the cinematic mini-campaign, Destroyer of Worlds. And before we delve into what happened last time, we're going to need a bit of a refresher here because it's been 2 weeks in the real world for us. We didn't play last week, so tell us who you are, who you're playing, and I didn't really think of a good question to ask you guys this week. I don't know. Tell us what your favorite part of the campaign has been so far. And we'll start off with, random person, Jessica.
Yo, yo, yo. So, for the next 3 hours, we're going to talk about who am I? No, just kidding. I am playing Silva after dying as Chaplin, which is bullshit, but we won't get to that. And my favorite part of the game is when we inevitably win. No, I mean, I really liked like the whole first act was I thought was pretty cool, like, and the way we worked together and Hammer and the whole interaction, blowing people up and shit. So I thought it was a really good interaction.
All right, 1 vote for Act 1. Love it. And Ben, how about you? How's it going?
Great. I recently heard Hammer's fate, which is disappointing, but it's really tough when you have no hands, as you said. But I am taking over a new character today, Jail, which is the chief warrant officer who's an android at Fort Nebraska. Has an interesting backstory, which I think our followers will hear about in this tonight's story. But I would say that the most favorite part of the campaign is when I blew one of the AWOL's Marines' head off.
Oh yeah, that was
yeah. Right at the beginning of Act 2.
The girl that you rescued from the insurgent compound.
Right, against all concerns
was her
from
name.
the yeah, that's right. Against all reservations that the crew had suggested, I did otherwise. And that was my favorite part.
So your favorite part was destroying any possibility of learning anything more about the story. Great.
Absolutely. Ruining the entire experience for everyone.
So
murder a hobo.
Yeah,
yep.
you're the homewrecker here. Yep, got him. All right, and how about J number 2, Justin? Tell us what's going on.
Hello, everybody. Oh, that was weird. Anyways, we're back as Zmijewski, and he's still angry. Go figure. I'm kind of surprised that he's made it this far after panicking at several key moments. But I would say probably my favorite part was in Act 1 at the police station, where I feel like a lot of us were getting comfortable, like, oh yeah, this is a sci-fi thing, right? And then we get reminded that there's aliens. Like, oh, yep, it's real now. Here we go.
Alien creeping in your attic. Watch out. They like to do that, especially your prison attics. Yeah, well, we'll see if Zmijewski can make it all the way to the end with his knife belt. I'm rooting for you. And Sean, how are you?
I am well. I'm still Sean, and I'm still playing Luca Mason, the chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear defense specialist squadron leader.
Do you ever get sick of saying all those acronyms and adjectives?
A little, yeah. But now I'm looking forward to it like a challenge to overcome, all in one breath. Favorite part, I think, was it the end of Act 2 where we saved the tank that I'm pretty sure we weren't supposed to be able to save? Very clutch, boys. Very clutch.
Oh yeah. No, it's I'll pull the curtain back a little bit. The
Cool.
option to save it is there. That's part of the reason for that event, because the idea is that you could technically, if you get back to the base and the tank is still operational, that's another way to force your way into the base.
Oh, damn! We got
So-
cucked by that stupid ship blasting into us.
Yeah, no. When the insurgents attacked it, they dropped with the two that hit it. They dropped it to 1 health, so they almost killed it, but not quite. So the
Damn.
tank's armor held out a little bit, and you guys had that busted up tank to ride for a little bit before it got blown up again. So, all right, and last and certainly not least, Matt the Frog. He's back. Welcome back. I think you were here last week. It was Ben who was missing. Anyway, welcome back anyway, because we love having you. What's up?
Always great to be here. I'm Matt, and I'm playing Ruth and Dante, Private First Class. Rest in peace, Iona. I was actually, for favorite part, gonna say almost exactly what Justin said. Like, really great leading up to Act 1, just like rousting bars, messing around with like regular cop dudes, and then it got crazy. And now we're here.
Yeah, shit got real fast, so here we are. And as I said, I'm your host. I'm the great Unclean one, and my favorite part of the campaign so far, man, there's been a lot of good ones. I enjoyed Zmijewski looking down the barrel of his gun, trying to shoot the plane out of the sky when the UPP showed up. And I enjoyed, even though you guys kind of trounced him a bit, I did enjoy watching you guys score so many criticals against the UPP androids. That was pretty exciting. So, and
Oh
just
yeah,
all
that was an epic fight.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I think, yeah, I would have to say Hammer almost single-handedly killing 4 of them by himself was pretty fucking awesome. As all artificial womb soldiers would be proud of you, Ben. It's quite amazing. I just imagined like a guy like the size of like Phoenix from Gears of War. That's what I envision an artificial womb soldier. They're just like a big slab of muscle and just like veins bulging as his neck, and just like draws his knife and goes charging into the fight like Brock Samson style.
I was kind of expecting somebody to say Chaplin dropping a grenade on the people.
Too soon. R.I.P. Iona.
I felt like
it was an accident. I really didn't realize it.
Pretty good.
I will say this. I tried to warn you, Jess, and you cut me off, and you're like, I'm throwing the grenade. I was like, okay, she wants to throw the grenade, so R.I.P. Iona.
Chris, that sounds like fake news, okay? Come on.
You were all there. You saw it. Demand suddenly skyrocketed. No, that was pretty classic, too. Poor Iona with his broken everything. Anywho, we're back. We are diving back into Ariarcus in Fort Nebraska. And remind me if I missed anything here, players. But last we left, you guys had continued your search of the fort, trying to find a way to get the power back on the base. Encountered many Marines cocooned within several sections of the base, and put a lot of them down so they didn't have to suffer the fate of giving birth to a chest burster. You discovered much of the base. Many of the offices and things looked like they were intentionally blown up or firebombed. And you fought your way downstairs to the sublevels in order to try to restart the reactor, the nuclear reactor, to get power back to the base so that you can hopefully restart Apollo and get the orbital elevator working. You made your way to the Apollo mainframe room, where you discovered a body of a woman who was later revealed to be JL, the android on the base. And she had been jacked into the Apollo mainframe. And when you guys got into that room, Chaplin opened fire on, I believe it was Captain Silva or Iona, and half the party took cover, the other half took cover and returned fire, and took Chaplin out of the equation after a much heated debate
Slander.
after the grenade went off and R.I.P. Iona happened. And then JL introduced herself. She said she knew about some of the shit going on in the base. She agreed to help you guys and explained how to get power going again. And you guys, at that point, I think, got maps of the base. I can't remember if she provided them or you got them from the mainframe. I don't remember. But anyway, you guys have you guys have some maps, so you know your way around. Made your way down to sub-level... Oh, I don't know. I think we're on sub-level 1 right now. No, we're on sub-level 2. If everybody wants to join me over here, I'll force you to join. You have no choice. And you made your way past some maintenance pits where there was a whole bunch of Marines cocooned. You saw a alien drag another body down there, which I believe you guys realized was Hammer. I don't know if that was revealed or not, but it was Hammer who got dragged into that pit, his broken, somewhat lifeless form. Made your way to the fusion tower of the reactor. Were attacked by 3 separate xenomorph soldiers, but you somehow pulled it off and stopped them. JL sprung into action with a pistol, which everyone was surprised that she had either somehow snuck from you guys or you just didn't realize she had, but she did help drive back the aliens, and then I believe her and Dante restarted the reactor. So the reactor is back online, and that's pretty much where we're at this point. You guys we're planning basically your next plan. Just give you all a refresher. You want to first go to the reactor relay room to basically to turn the reactor on. You guys repaired it, now you got to reconnect it. So that's your first move. Then your plan was probably, unless you guys change your mind, since you're on this floor, probably go to the ammo depot and the nuclear storage to set a nuke to self-destruct on the base. I know Zmijewski in particular was keen to do that after you guys brutally murdered poor Mrs. Eckford, the wonderful Weyland-Yutani agent, who clearly wasn't a bad guy.
Okay.
And then, hey, did she never hurt you? She helped you the whole time, just saying. Yeah, then you're probably going to want to go restart the Apollo mainframe back upstairs. And there's also that whole thing about Dante not feeling too great and having weird chest pains and nosebleeds, and JL basically telling her, oh yeah, you probably have an alien impregnated inside you when you were down here being operated on, so good luck with that.
Yeah, I was about to say, the thing you said might be true if it turns out all of Dante's symptoms are just acid reflux or something, and it's all been a big misunderstanding. But
could be.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
So, did I miss anything? I think that's it.
I have a critical injury of busted kneecap.
Oh, that!
And
look
then,
at that! You're at 0 health.
I think they saved me from.
Yeah,
dying.
We can look at the chat log here.
I want to say that was.
Yeah,
but I will also remind you that Jay lied to us about the gun. We definitely asked if she had any weapons or intended us harm, and she said no.
That is correct. That is what she said. So you can feel free to question her about that. And yeah, so you've got a busted kneecap. What does that do?
Can't run, only crawl.
Damn. Oh, that's what Iona had.
Does that mean I can walk? Well, he had like a ruptured kidney or something, which had the same effect.
Hold on, let me get my GM screen. I don't have it out. Just a second.
Is that a physical item he's going to get, or?
I got it right here.
Okay.
I've always got
from the actual kit.
Yeah. No, I've got so many role-playing like apparatus on this. I've got 2 GM screens for different games. I got a stack of books over here in the corner. I got dual monitors going on. It's lovely. Busted kneecap. Can't run, only crawl. There's a couple criticals that have this same effect. So, Yeah, I believe Busted Kidney can't run, only crawl, and -2 mobility. So yeah,
Oh,
at least you don't have -2 mobility. Not that you can do much with that, but
yeah.
yeah, you're I would say that you only have one busted kneecap. So I'll say that you can like kind of walk, but you definitely need someone to help like carry you, kind
Mhm.
of use as a crutch.
Right, right.
If you were to find something to make or use as a crutch, then you could get around by yourself. But yeah, you definitely can't run. I'll say if you do move as a fast action, or I should say, you can only do one fast action to move per turn instead of two.
Okay, okay.
Because fast
Sounds
action
fair.
lets you move one zone. So
Sounds fair.
yeah. It doesn't make sense that you'd be just crawling everywhere when you have one leg that works perfectly fine. I mean, you're a soldier. I mean, so you should be somewhat of a badass, right?
Hobbling and hopping, you know.
Okay. So yeah, unless there's any other questions, that is where we will start. And scene. Go.
Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
Not everybody at once.
I'm still at like 0 health, so I don't think I can do anything, right?
You are still conscious. Let's look at the chat log here. So Zmijewski did a medical aid roll and he panicked.
Oof.
Silva did a medical aid roll. That might have been to get rid of acid as well, because you had acid damage, I think.
True, true.
Yeah, that's what did it. Everything had already been dead.
JL tried, but she only rolls 2 dice, so she failed. And then Dante tried again, and she succeeded. So I think one was to get rid of acid, which Silva pulled off. Then Zmijewski panicked, so he failed his. And then JL tried, she failed. And then Dante tried, she panicked, but she passed her panic. So she fixed your critical injury, so you will not...
Die.
Well, let's see. No, because you know what? That's not a fatal critical injury, so... Let me check.
Well, I was at 0, so I think I was rolling death saves. Or...
Oh, that's because you had acid damage and you were at 0.
At 0, right.
That's
so
why.
one of them was to clear the acid, the other one was to stop me from
Stabilize you.
continuing death saves, yeah.
Okay. So, at this point, let's be sure we do this right, because we always fuck this up. Let me just get ye old health. Where's health? Let's see. So since you are broken, meaning you're at 0 health, somebody can try a medical aid, and every success they get gives you 1 health point back, and then you'll automatically heal 1 health every turn, which is 5 to 10 minutes.
All right, sounds good.
So somebody can attempt to heal if they want, and then go from there.
I have no medical aid assistance.
I think I need to be recovering from seeking cover.
Well, I'll say at this point you've probably calmed down from your panic. But if anybody else wants to attempt while you're gathering your wits about you.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I only did it in the first place because it was literally the very last second before they were melted into a puddle or whatever was about to happen.
Before I continue to roll death saves and die.
Yes.
Well, anybody who took damage that round, keep in mind that or especially if you took acid damage, your hazmat suits have been compromised and you still are in an area that has radiation. So you probably don't just want to chill here waiting for Iona to, I'm sorry, for Mason to heal.
Or Mason to heal, yeah. Alright, fair enough. How long does that take realistically? I think we should just drag people to the relay room, right? This zone is clear. We can deal with stuff in there a little more safely.
And I think the radiation's probably a lot weaker in there. So.
I mean, comparatively, yes, but it's still strong
radiation
on this floor. Yeah.
Throw some extra suits on people or whatever.
But you guys have been down here for maybe 20 minutes, give or take. Not a terribly long amount of time, but you guys did already suffer some radiation damage, so Okay, well, so Silva, you're the person in charge now. So, what do you want your squad to do, or are you just kind of letting them do whatever?
I am letting them do whatever, and I'm just kind of hysterically like looking around and I'm ready to go. I'm also contemplating and nervously looking at the person who has an alien inside of them.
That's fair. Okay. Uh, well then I will assume one way or another you guys drag Mason back to the reactor relay room, and so two things. First off, if anybody wants to try to get the reactor started, it's going to require a Comtech roll, and if anybody wants to try to patch up Mason, I'll need a medical aid roll.
Oh yeah, that was the whole reason we were in here in the first place. Well, so we did the physical repairs.
Yeah,
Right,
the reactor
the
had a
last
leak, which you fixed, but it went offline when it started leaking, so it didn't like blow up the base. So you basically have to reconnect it to the rest of the base's power system.
I'm really not good at medical aid, and my stress is already kind of high.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
JL or
I
Dante or
I
Silva.
don't have stress. I don't have stress or the skill, but I'd be happy to roll if if nobody else can.
I
Or
probably have the best Comtech out of the group here, with a 4. So I can roll to get this thing started here.
Okay, and other players can assist too, so you can get up to 3 assists, which makes sense because there's 3 players that are standing. So
Oh,
yeah,
excellent.
you do Comtech with +3.
Excellent.
Uh-oh, we got
Okay.
an incoming cat. What's up, buddy? It's Jonesy.
+3 on the base modifier. We will
You got
roll. That's 5 successes.
God damn.
Holy shit!
that's incredible.
I'd say I beep boop bop and this thing starts up.
All right. Yes. Don't. Hold on. The cat's trying to speak into the microphone here. Don't move the blast shield, cat. Okay. Well, you start doing that, and the group of you start reconnecting the reactor. And after just a minute or two, it looks like JL gets everything reconnected, and you can hear the hum go throughout the base as the reactor comes back online fully, and lights begin to properly start to turn on down here.
Looks like everything is in order. We're
Is
getting
anybody
there,
gonna
folks.
anybody gonna try to patch up Mason?
I'm going to continue to monitor the computer screen in front of me just to see if there's anything else that's seems out of the ordinary. I do make a slight look at Dante, though.
Silva,
Okay.
did you say you were going to do the med check if no one else could?
yeah, I will.
All right. Oh, the first question: does anybody have a med kit remaining? Now might be a time to use one.
No.
All right. I guess that's a no. Well, again, players can assist you, so you can get bonuses if you'd like. Well, you do pass. However, you did panic. Just give us a panic roll. All right.
In it together.
Silva, you're good. So you got 1 success. So Mason, you heal 1 wound from that.
Yeah.
And I would say by the time this is all done, it's probably been long enough where you'll get another wound back.
Sick.
So you're back up.
Sick.
Moving
you're
on up,
hurt.
boys.
Yeah, your leg is jacked up and you need somebody to help. So who's helping Mason walk?
I can help Mason.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks, Dante. Knew I could trust you.
All right. Well, the group of you are over here at this point in the relay room. So, yeah. What do you do at this point? JL, you can tell from the computer that the radiation readings are still pretty bad, and you definitely don't think that the humans, even the android yourself, you'll start taking damage eventually if you stay down here too long. So, you would probably want to encourage the group to move on.
Yeah, I mean, our next objective is to move on to sub-level 3, is it not, Chris?
I think your next thing, because you're on the current floor, was to go to the ammo depot
Ammo
and then
depot.
to the nuclear storage to set a nuke to self-destruct.
Okay.
I thought we were going to go to the med lab to have Jay rip whatever's inside Dante out, since last time
Well,
they
the
made a pivot.
med lab's on the floor, the next floor down. So it's up to you guys which one
So-
you want to do.
So it would be sub-level 3,
Yes.
and the nukes are on sub-level 3 too?
No, they're on this. They're on this floor. There are literally two.
On this
Okay.
floor.
If you guys go through
nuclear
this,
storage.
yeah, you guys can even go
Alright.
through the. I think this is a ventilation shaft or something here. Or you go all the way back down. It's up to you.
Well, we should get to the ammo depot and restock, because I think we've all probably run pretty low considering how long we've been fighting.
Yeah, you can do that too. Is that what the group does?
Yeah, we'll head over there.
Giddy up.
All right. Well, you guys make your way over there. So you guys come here through this these double blast doors, which are the entranceway, and these are massive. This, like, you could easily fit like a power loader or a small vehicle in here, you know, to help carry some of this stuff. There's some big stuff here. So you guys make your way through these giant blast doors, and inside is this massive, massive ammunition dump with all sorts of arms and equipment. You guys can see here it says open to level 1. Basically, there's like lifts there that go up to the next floor, which is the floor that had the crashed dropships and that basically was on fire. So they can bring ammo from this floor up to the next floor, which is where the rearming station is, where they would rearm vehicles with some heavy ordnance and some heavy equipment they would need to move some of this stuff, you know, because obviously there's things like missiles and things in here. And then the very back room is the nuclear storage where the actual nukes are held. You guys enter this room, and this front area here is just lined with all sorts of heavy ordnance in this room. The room to the left, you can see where it says munitions. That's where all the small arms weapons would be. So that's where, you know, more pulse rifles and ammunition and body armor and things like that, grenades, that would all be there. Everything in this room in the ammo depot, this is for vehicle ammunition. Mason, your Geiger counter starts to go off a lot more when you guys start to enter into this room. The radiation is a lot stronger in here.
Oh,
Geiger counter, sorry?
yeah.
Is
The
that
hell
what
is
it's called?
that?
A Geiger counter, right?
Yes, yeah. It detects radiation, goes beep,
Yeah,
beep,
those
beep,
things-
beep, beep,
Oh,
beep.
okay, sorry. I'm losing it. All right.
What was that? What was that?
It's been beeping way back when we were in the reactor. It's beeping now.
Every few
Looks like
minutes, I'm like,
radiation's off the charts.
Yeah, like out when you were in the other like room coming towards the reactor, it was like, you know, you're out like on the outskirts of Chernobyl, but now it's like you're at the Chernobyl like power plant. That's how bad it's gotten.
Oh,
So you definitely don't want to stay here for very long.
gotcha. Well, let's grab some ammo and maybe better armor in case anyone's wearing shitty, shoddy, broken armor.
And is the plan still to see if we can find a nuke? There should be one that we can
Yeah, the nukes are in
actually
the back
self-destruct. Okay.
in this last area.
Okay.
So-
Yes, he knows where the nukes are. So I'm gonna head straight over to like the small arms stuff and get a couple of reloads of pulse rifle, and
Okay.
then I'm gonna see if there's any timed charges or remote charges.
I'm
Okay.
also going to guys, this base has been pretty chaotic since the invasion and since the EMP blast. So with my concerns of Dante, I would prefer Dante and I overwatch the blast doors just while you guys continue to take care of your tasks down here to see if there's anything that we can potentially get ahead of, because these things are no joke.
Zmijewski
throwing
does
it
not
as-
care what you do.
Okay.
Well,
Um,
I'm
shuffling
currently
through.
using Dante as a friendly crutch, so
well, you're gonna have to potentially use somebody else because I need Dante. I need to watch Dante because there's some serious concerns that, you know, she was part of a test while she was here.
right, we know, and that's why we're taking you and her to the med bay to fix it, right?
Right, and that's why I'm going to continue to monitor, but I want to watch Overwatch.
We can all stick together and watch Overwatch.
I think
More
that's the
people
best option.
to look
Okay,
over more backs.
That makes a lot of sense. You know, there's a choke point up here. You know, maybe two of us could watch it, but, you know, what do I know? I'm just a fucking android that's been working here forever.
Sure. Also an
Wow.
android who lied to us.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask. Where did you get that gun?
So
This gun?
Ben,
Yeah.
I'll let you know because this is something. So when they asked you if you had any weapons, you answered no because you didn't. And while they were all deciding what to do, you took weapons off of Chaplin's body to arm yourself, and they never noticed.
Okay.
So when they asked you if you had weapons, you truthfully answered no, you did not.
Okay. So I would nearly say that when you asked me that question, I did not have any weapons at the time. However, your fellow android has fallen, and I grabbed her weapons. I asked Charlie Chaplin for her mustache, as well as her remaining weapons, and figured, given my calculations, it was appropriate to arm myself.
No, that's good enough for me.
Not really in the mood to argue with it, but let's get out of here as quickly as we can.
Okay, so you guys may take any ammo, grenades, weapons. If any of your armor's damaged from acid, you can replace it with fresh armor. And Zmijewski, you said you're looking for like time charges of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there'd be that kind of stuff down here. They're fairly big. They're like the size of a briefcase, so you know,
Cool.
they're
I'll
kind of
pick one
huge.
up.
But yeah, you can take one.
I'm gonna stroll on back to where all the warheads are once I find it.
Okay. What is everybody else doing?
Wait, can I find another gun down here?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
great. I dropped my pulse rifle into a pit of despair or whatever.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, there's plenty of pulse rifles here. So
Great.
yeah, so load up. And then is everybody following Dante? Oh, I'm sorry, not
ignore
Dante. Is everybody following Zmijewski?
No.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so Zmijewski, you're kind of... Whoops, I grabbed everybody. Hold on here.
I'm having a problem with getting through the wall there.
Oh, there's a door if you zoom in. That's why. You can click on it and open it. So tiny. Okay, there you go.
Oh, got it. All right.
Yeah, so you're kind of walking down that way, Zmijewski, and then what's everybody else doing?
I'm with Dante, just rearming.
Okay.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
get Dante as an Overwatch.
Guess not. All right.
Fuck,
and
man.
Silva, what about you? What are you doing? Are you rearming or are you going with Zmijewski?
No, I'm going with Zmijewski.
Okay, I'll put you over here then. And JL, what are you doing? You gonna go watch the door?
Yeah, I was going to watch the door. Who's using Dante as a crutch again? Sorry.
Mason.
Yeah, Mason, why don't you head up here with me?
No, I definitely don't trust you, so I'm sticking with my squad mate.
I'm asking for us to defend the door.
I believe in you, robot, who was at the center
I
of
am
this
not enough.
controversy.
I have a fucking pistol.
You did well enough last time. I
Not
believe in
True.
you.
It's
You
not
did
like
almost-
we're far.
You did almost ace an alien with just your pistol in the last fight. So. All right. Well, okay. So, Zmijewski, as you make your way down this kind of corridor between these massive, like, warehouse stacks of ammunition and, you know, missiles and, you know, heavy Gatling rounds and things like that, you start to find a couple bodies of Marines, and they appear to have been like crushed or smashed. It's not a pretty sight. They're basically like smears on the floor.
They've been crushed by what?
Who's the nearest? Who's the nearest to me? Silva?
Nobody. You're by
It's
yourself.
Silva. Sorry, no,
Oh.
I scooted the token back.
No, aren't I there?
Jessica
Oh.
/ Silva was with her, but
Yeah.
So did I
was
drag
at
the
the
wrong
good-
token?
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I
I
screwed it
missed
up for you.
Okay. All right, there we go. So the two of you see that then, Silva and Zmijewski.
I'm gonna kind of set the briefcase down and pick up my pulse rifle, like shoot a look back to her, and then like start looking around on the walls or see if like the blood smears lead anywhere or something. There's trails.
All right, give me an observation test, please. Silva, what are you doing?
As I follow behind, I'm breathing heavier and heavier.
Okay. Oh, that's no good. That's a stress. A scream!
Oh.
Scream your lungs out for 1 round. Your stress is decreased by 1, but every character who hears you must make an immediate panic roll.
Shit.
The beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Silva, cool as a cucumber.
Woo!
Mason begins to tremble. And how about Dante? You drop your gun again. As you're fiddling with your new gun, trying to load it, you're startled when you hear your teammate scream out in the other area. It kind of echoes in this large room. You don't see anything though. Well, you're kind of busy screaming, but yeah, eventually that dies down and all is quiet.
Okay.
What
Can
the
I-
fuck was
Maybe
that?
We should get over there, I think.
Yeah. Come on, let's go. Hobble, hobble, hobble.
Can we
All
see
right.
anything? Can I see anything different? Like, does it look like, so, I mean, does it look like something exploded in this blood splatter pattern, or does it look like somebody, like, got blood on their hand and, like, dragged it?
It looks like they were crushed by something. Like they are physically flatter than a body should be. But you don't see anything. No, like mostly on the floor, like not against the wall necessarily.
Okay.
And you don't see, like it looks like maybe something might have fallen on them, but there's nothing there. It's not like there's like a knocked over forklift or anything like that.
Right, I look up.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, you'll need an observation test if you want to try to actually see it though. So keep in mind it's a big room. You're kind of going through like a Menards warehouse, you know. Actually, no, Menards
I'm
sucks.
suing Menards!
Oh my
Oh my
god,
God.
what happened? Silva with 10 observation rolls there. What happened?
I don't know, I clicked it once, I swear.
Game says otherwise. Okay, well you panicked on all of them, so go ahead and make a panic roll. Freeze. So your stress and Zmijewski's stress goes up by 1 as you kind of start to look around. You don't see anything that points to how these guys died. And eventually, Mason and Dante, you guys come around the corner here, and you see both of them kind of standing there a little dumbfounded. You know, Silva looks a little frightened, and you can see they're kind of just holding their ground, looking around. Other than that, all is quiet, and I mean, eventually, everybody's panics come to an end here.
I'm gonna still stand kind of at the ready, cautious, like listening for any like strange noises for like the next 30-40 seconds before I pick up the case and move forward.
Okay. Nothing happens. Nothing moves, nothing comes out, you don't hear anything.
Alright, well I slowly lower my gun back down and pick up the case and then hurry back to the nukes.
Okay. Silva, do you go with him?
Yep, close.
Okay. Dante and Mason, what are you guys doing? You go with him?
Let's. I think they probably have this. Let's just make sure that Jay isn't by themselves being attacked by
Yeah, you can
aliens.
see her from where you're standing at that corner there. She's over by the door, so
All right. Well,
you can see them. You can see both groups from where you're standing. I'll put it that way.
okay, great. I'll,
All right. Well, Silva and Zmijewski. There's a door here we have to open. Sorry, if you zoom in, you can see.
Yeah,
a
I
little
did it.
Tiny. There you go. Okay. So you guys make your way down here, and you eventually get past this massive door, which is currently open. And when you get in here, there are rows and rows of nuclear, obviously nukes, and they're laid out horizontally. And you can see that the warheads have been removed, so they're kind of separate. But you do see that there is signs of acid blood in here, and you can see that it looks like some of the acid has burned through one of the housings on one of the warheads, and you're guessing that some of these missiles are leaking this radiation that the Geiger counter started to pick up. There's 2 dead Marines in this room that are in hazmat gear, and you can see that one of the take what, the hazmat suit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you start to look at them, and you notice one of them, his hazmat suit has like a big tear in it. The other one, the suit seems intact.
You see Silva run over and start putting it on.
Okay, yeah, you can swap it out for the other one. Zmijewski, you gonna try to set this thing?
Yes.
All right. How long of a timer do you want to set it for?
2 hours.
Okay. All of you would know that the orbital elevator takes about a shift to get up to the station in space, which is about 6 to 8 hours. I'm sorry, 5 to
Okay.
10 hours.
So more than 2 hours.
Plus,
Yeah.
we're doing a surgery.
Didn't we check with Jay last time, see if there was a way we could do it, like where we could manually trigger it once we were safely away?
I think that you did, but you either have to set an arming thing on the nuke itself, or you can do a charge like Zmijewski's about to do.
Gotcha.
But you have to put a timer, and minimum, it could take, it takes about 6 to 7 hours to get up to the platform in space, so about a shift.
Let's call it a cool 10.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so you start setting that up. What's everybody else doing? Just kind of chilling here?
They're going to set that up. Is the space elevator called yet, or no?
You guys weren't sure because the power was off, so you couldn't see where it was at.
Okay.
Oh.
You guys know it's down here. Actually, no, when you guys were upstairs, you did see. It was definitely on the lower levels. When you guys came in here, you guys would have been able to see that one of the 2 airlocks on the elevator, it's multiple levels. One of the airlocks, one of the entrances is on this floor.
Okay.
You guys didn't search it in any great detail, so.
Okay.
All right. Well, so you guys are doing that, and let's see here.
You know what? Do we want to do the trigger, like the manual trigger, or do we want to put the timer on it?
You've got to do a timer, is what I'm saying.
You've got to do a timer. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Are you guys gonna need help with that, or?
I assume Zmijewski and Silva are currently handling it, so.
Okay.
Set a
Do you
couple-
want me
couple big
to
timers.
go down there and check and help them, and you guys could call the elevator to see if we get it ready so we can go down to the floor and do the surgery?
I think we should all probably stay in this general area in case more of those things show up.
Well, I
think
get
once
that,
you guys
but
set it, we can clear out.
Okay.
So, Captain Silva, as you're watching Zmijewski arm this this blasting charge that he's putting on one of the warheads, you see in the corner of this room, you see something move slightly, and you see in this northeast corner, right above where it says nuclear storage, there's a massive shape that starts to kind of slither and kind of move from like a dark shadow in the wall that it appears to be hiding in. And when I say massive, this looks like it's about the size of a tank.
Only I see it.
Yeah, it looks like it's actually very quiet. You only notice it because it moves, and Zmijewski's busy like looking at the timer, and he's operating the control panel on this thing.
I'm gonna slowly start backing up, and
Wow.
I'll like keep it in my sight, but I'll slowly start backing up, and I'll be like, Zmijewski, but I'm gonna keep backing away. Watching it. I'm Ripley in the blast off. I'm like watching
Okay.
it.
Zmijewski, what do you do? She like tugs on your arm and she's calling your name, kind of whispering it.
I guess I'll look where she's pointing, and then holy shit, and then start backing up. And
Yeah.
I'm slowly dragging the nuke, still fiddling with it.
This thing, we'll say you've got the nuke pretty much armed at this point. But as you turn, yeah, you see this huge, and very clearly, then you can tell it is indeed one of these alien creatures, and it's massive. I mean, it's kind of like an Ultralisk from StarCraft. It's like that. It's big. And it's surprisingly quiet at first, but then it takes a step kind of out from the corner, and the two of you can easily hear it kind of pound on the floor, and it lets out this roar that reverberates down here. All of you hear this, clearly a massive monster, and we're gonna go into initiative.
Chris, has any more of my HP healed by this point?
Yeah, I'd say another point has probably gone by.
Sweet.
Sure. And let's
John,
get
are
some-
your legs broken?
Busted kneecap. Oh, it's only one. So if you're thinking of betraying me, shoot the other one.
Why?
So
Why shoot Dante?
I can't get my
Don't shoot Dante. They're my crutch.
dice up, Chris.
Yeah, but that's why I was asking when you said shoot the other one. Who are you talking about? Who's the other one?
Shoot my other leg.
I will
Alright,
kill you if that's
we're
what you want.
missing one person here.
I know. I had to zoom in. Hold on.
That's true. It is tiny.
It's really far away.
Okay, so Silva, being the first to see the creature, is the first to react as it just lets out this deep roar that shakes the walls, shakes some of these ammunition racks. What do you do?
So, just for my sake, is it obvious that this is like related to the xenomorph somehow to me?
Yes, yeah, it's unfortunately I don't have a picture of the scale of this thing, but it is it's huge. Not that your characters would know this, but it's a little bit bigger than a queen.
Oh.
It's fucking huge. Okay,
yeah.
I'm deciding whether to run or not. Give me 1 second.
Okay. That's fair.
Fuck. I'm sorry, baby. I love you, but not in the game. I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna take steps back as much as I can. I'm going to like cautiously but swiftly be like taking steps back.
Wow. Best
What a terrible captain.
Captain ever. Are you are you just running?
I don't want to like turn and run. I think that would make it engage me, but I am trying to get the fuck out of there while keeping it in my eyesight.
Okay, well you have 2 actions, so what are you doing?
I think you
Okay,
should slowly
fine, I'm
walk
gonna
back
say-
and then fire at it.
I'm gonna say, sorry, Zmijewski. I'm gonna bolt.
Okay. So the ammo dump is so big it takes 2. It counts as basically 2 zones because it's so huge. So if you spend both, you can get to where the rest of the group is on like the north half of the room.
Awesome.
And-
When I see somebody from the group, I will let out a red.
All right. That leads us to JL. You see
I'm going to immediately
Captain Silva
the-
running towards you guys.
I'm going to immediately tell everybody to get into the fucking blast door right now. Like, get behind the blast doors. And I'm going to proceed towards the blast doors.
Okay, it takes 1 action to get there. Do you want to do anything with the other action?
No, I can't hold it, so otherwise I was going to hold my action, but I can't do that, so.
Yeah, but holding actions is stupid, so you can't do that. Not in this game.
Yeah.
God bless you, Free
So
League.
unfortunately.
One of the worst things of RPGs. Not in here. Love it. Keep doing what you're doing. All right, Dante, you're next.
I guess I'm gonna listen to JL and drag Mason up.
All right, you guys are right next to each other in initiative order, so that's fine.
Nice.
You can get into the area of the blast doors if you'd like, and that leads us to the alien. Zmijewski, this thing luckily only has a speed of 1, so it charges at you and it's going to move into engaged range. However, it does not have a second. Oh wait, no. 1 speed means it has 2 actions normally, so it takes 1 to move into engaged range, and then it's going to try to attack you. So here we go. And
You're not going to even attempt to try to distract it while he tries to get the nuke ready? Like
Guess
anything?
not. All right, sorry, I did a private roll here. So, charge. The target must make a mobility roll. This does not count as an action, or be crushed, immediately becoming broken and suffering a random critical injury. Even if the victim makes the roll, they fall down and gain +1 stress. Okay, so Zmijewski's got 3 successes, but a panic. Oh, the panic. Tremble. Okay, well, you pass. You are not crushed to death as this thing just stomps at you. You do gain a point of stress, though, and you are at -2 to agility because of your panic roll here. Well done, Zmijewski. And I'll tell you what, you rolled so many successes there, you can move out of engaged range. So you're no longer in combat with this thing. And then we are on to Zmijewski's turn.
Cool, I got the hint. Leg it.
Okay. So you can get into the area where the blast door is as well. You can actually get past Silva. Because
You have the nuke or no?
I already armed it.
Oh, you did?
Well, the charge.
okay,
but
he's
yeah.
not carrying a nuclear warhead. Like,
No, I understand.
it's a fucking missile.
You
Throw
can-
it the big one.
Take
That's
this
a good
with
idea.
You made it into the blast doors? Nice.
Yeah, because he used his roll, his extra stunts from the roll to get into the ammo depot.
Nice.
Silva, you're
That's
up
right.
next.
Keep the good times running.
Okay. You make it into the blast room as well?
Blast off! Blast off! Blast off!
All right. JL, everyone is in the blast room at this point.
Hey, we will shut the door.
Okay, you shut the door. It, it's not fast, but it starts to lower, and you can see the thing at the other end of the hall as it starts charging towards you guys, but it'll definitely be closed before it gets here.
Okay.
Nice.
Dante and Mason, anything that you guys want to do?
I guess start hobbling out of the doors.
Yeah, we're on a schedule and have to hobble, so might as
Okay.
well continue down towards wherever
The elevator?
it's at
You can-
zone 3.
You can get into the loading dock area, because you guys can, remember, you guys can only move one, because you're helping him move along, so you guys get into the loading dock too. And then next would be the alien. You guys can hear, even with the blast doors shut, you can hear and feel just like the floor and the walls vibrating and reverberating as this thing comes barreling at you guys. It'll be able to get to the door this turn. It can just do 2 move actions with its one action, or with its one turn. So it comes there. You guys can obviously tell it's like about to ram the door, but it doesn't quite get there this round. And Zmijewski, you're next.
I'm gonna continue running and running.
Where are you going?
So, like, the space elevator shaft is right there, huh?
It is.
Neato.
The door is currently closed to the airlock.
I will start heading towards the door to see if there's a panel or whatever.
Yes, so you can get there and you start fiddling with the panel, and the door will not open. Silva, you're up.
Is the panel like interacting?
You can't tell. You can just see that Zmijewski runs over there and he starts pressing buttons and nothing's happening.
Wait, I
I run
don't want to
over.
jump in out of turn, but weren't we going down to sub-level 3? There were at least 2 things that we needed to do down there. One was the surgery
Apparently,
for
Zmijewski
Dante.
does not give a fuck.
I
This
thought
is
There's no time to discuss. You guys are in a panic mode, so you can say like
Okay.
one thing. So you're like, wait, aren't we going downstairs? And that's it.
This-
Silva, you're up.
this is maybe a meta recap of like if I am misremembering if there was a second thing
No.
to do downstairs.
Y-
It was
y-
just
I
a
mean,
surgery. Okay,
you
never
all,
mind.
yes, you all did agree to that. That is true.
I am paying attention very
Silva,
closely
what
to
are you
your
doing?
word choices there.
I'm going to like run over. I'm gonna like see him pushing on that, and I'm gonna run over and like try and get the door to open.
Okay, how are you trying to open it? Do you push him
I
out of the way to
don't
get to the
ca-
control
I
panel?
don't
or...
care.
Contact.
I don't care. I honestly will consider like shooting it if it doesn't work.
Oh, that's
Okay,
smart.
Which, I just want to make sure based on your
I rolled
token, you're in a different
contact because I
elevator.
assumed
so-
it was still working.
Well, hold on. Which elevator are you going to? There's 4 elevators on this floor. I just want to make sure you're at. Are you at the one
I'm
your
with
token's at? Or are you going to the one?
Zmijewski.
Okay, so you're going to the space elevator then. This one up here.
Wherever he is.
Okay.
Dante
Alright.
again.
Oh wait, is it? No, that's.
So
Oh, I'm
this,
sorry.
got
I'm sorry. Yeah.
the long hat.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you run over there. So Zibnes, you can see that he's working the control panel, and it doesn't seem to be responding at all.
And I like come over and like hip check him, and I roll a contact to see if I can do anything different.
Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, you panic. So please give us a panic roll. Okay. Well, you scream. Your stress goes down by 1, but everybody else must make a panic roll as you see Silva's losing it. Just smashing buttons with her hand.
I'm a hysterical
Mate.
woman.
Mason twitching. Everybody's stress goes up by 1. Oh boy. Dante seeks cover. Zmijewski goes berserk. And I think that makes a little sense here because the captain just knocked you out of the way. You had it under control, and that's the first person you see. So
It is fucking fantastic.
really is.
Dante, where do you go seek cover as you see this all happening? I guess you and Mason are kind of out in the you're out in the lobby right now, right there. So you see Silva knocks Zmijewski out of the way. She starts going for the controls, and you see a look that you've seen in Zmijewski's eyes before that just scream violence and vengeance.
Oh boy. Well, I think I'm gonna go, if I'm reading this map right, down slightly towards the blast doors, but to the left is the weapons lift to level 3. Like, isn't that?
Well, the one that you were closer to is actually by the Decon 1. That elevator would have taken you to 3.
Let me see which elevator actually goes down there.
Yeah, because there's a weird, like,
yeah,
not all of the things go.
So there's two. There's that big one that you see, the one that says workforce lift, that goes to level 3, and then the elevator, the small elevator on the right hand side of the map, that also goes down to level 3.
But Dante,
Okay.
or Matt, it looks like the workforce
right here.
weapons lift. That would have been your closest one, wouldn't it have?
Well, I guess it depends on where we were trying to go in the first place. I guess if it's a split elevator, Mason kind of went up into the loading dock when my initial idea was to go down to the left, but if it's split, it doesn't matter. We're kind of tied together at the moment, so
Right.
I would say you'd probably go for the smaller, the regular sized elevator, because you guys saw that when you were up on the upper floors, and you knew that elevator went directly down here. So you guys, like, obviously you've
that's
seen
the
this
one we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, you've seen the other one on the map, but you haven't really talked about that one. So we'll assume it's going to be the other one here on the right hand side.
Okay, good.
All right, so you're going
That
for that
sounds great.
elevator.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you guys, you drag Mason over there. You hit the button, the door opens, and there's basically a regular elevator in there that you guys can climb into. And then we are on to the berserk from Zmijewski. So,
Oh boy.
Zmijewski, you have to attack the nearest person, which at this point is Silva, and I think it makes sense because she pushed you out of the way. So, what do you do?
Zmijewski takes nobody's shit at this point. So we're gonna go ahead and bring out the belt with,
Oh yes.
and we're using hard
Yeah.
hitter.
Okay. What does that do again?
+2 by sacrificing fast action.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, you guys are pretty much right next to each other. You pick yourself up off the floor if she knocked you aside or whatever, and you take an attack. So, Silva. You moved the Comtech roll, so you have used all your actions. So you can't attempt to block. Holy fuck! Zmijewski with 4 successes, but a panic as he takes a stab with the knife. Mason and Dante just like fuck this and head down the hallway. Roll your panic, sir.
Oh,
Oh wait, you're berserking, so the panic doesn't matter. You keep going until one of you are down.
Then yeah,
So,
take that.
oh my goodness.
Technically, it says that he's down.
How do you want to distribute your successes here?
all into the abdomen of
Oh,
Silva.
yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna rule this.
I'm gonna commit Sudoku on her.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're berserking, and it says you won't stop until the target is broken. So we're just gonna assume it's all damage. So that is gonna be a total of 5 damage to you, Jessica. Please roll your armor. You take
Really sharp
4
belt.
points of damage. Do you have any story points, or are you still standing?
I'm still standing and I have 1 story point. I have 1 health left and 1 story point left.
How are you still standing? You only have a health of 3.
Oh, I had 4, I thought. Never
your
mind.
health
then.
is equal- your
I'm
health
not still standing, so I have
Health is equal to your strength.
so then I'm not still standing, I have 1 story point.
Okay, and if you use that, you'd still take 3 damage anyway, so no point in burning it. Well, you shank.
And as I fall to the ground, I say, "Pussy."
You shank the shit out of your captain. Silva, please roll me a critical injury, as you are now broken.
Why does this keep happening to me?
Because you left him in the nuclear silo,
and then
Where
hip
is
checked him.
Oh, okay.
and then
wait,
hip
it's
checked him.
You were playing hockey with this guy, just sprinting away and then slamming him up.
You were screwing him over.
All right. Roll that critical, please. Zmijewski, on the plus side, your berserking ends because you have broken the target in one fell swoop.
Great.
Broken ribs. Mobility and close combat at -2. And this lasts for 4 days. That's some pretty fast healing ribs. All right. Well, you're not dead, but you are down as he just stabs you in the chest a couple times. That was on the panic. So it's the alien's turn now. Jail, you can hear and feel this thing smash into the door, and it does a dent, and it looks like it's going to break through this really soon if you don't do something.
That sounds pretty good. All right, so I can do 2 actions, right, this turn?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door, and while I open the door, I'm gonna run for where Dante and Mason are.
Okay. You can't get into the elevator because it's 2 zones away. So it takes 1 action to open the door and then 1 to get into the loading dock zone. So you're running down the hallway at this point towards them. You can see them in the elevator, pressing the button frantically to get the hell out of here.
Wait, which door did he open?
He opened the door for the alien.
Oh.
I'm assuming. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ben. Right?
Nope, that's correct. That is very correct.
All right. I assumed that was the only closed the door. So.
They don't know that. They don't know that.
That's true.
No,
That's true,
nope.
They don't.
I was just curious, wanting to see if we could get you into our elevator quicker, but nope. King, you do you.
I'm telling you, there's nothing I can do to like try to blitz into that elevator real quick.
No, because activating a door takes an action, and then when you use your action to move, you can move 1 zone. So moving from the blast area to the loading dock is 1 zone. Moving into the elevator is a 2nd zone. So
Okay.
that's just
I got
them's the rules, kid.
I mean, I've got an idea, and hear me out. It's gonna sound pretty crazy. Don't open the door. Just run.
It will break down eventually.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. And no, I'm opening the door.
I appreciate your advice, but thanks. Okay, fair enough. That means we are back to the top. Silva is bleeding out. Well, she's not bleeding out, but she's just down. She can't really do much other than crawl. You can crawl somewhere if you want, Jess.
Can I roll a med check or med aid?
On yourself?
Yeah, I'm a bad bitch.
Wow.
I believe when you're broken, you cannot take any actions.
Dang, then I'll lay there and go, die, you bastard.
Do you have any grenades that just randomly explode?
I wish. Actually, no, I can't. Can I do any? Am I allowed to use my weapons? No.
I'm checking. I'm checking. Hold on.
That's hilarious. You're just like bleeding out, completely paralyzed, and all of a sudden you just see her get on one knee and just start wrapping whatever area is hurt.
Broken. If you're not dead, you can crawl and mumble through the pain, but you can't perform any other actions and you can't roll for any skills. So until somebody either heals you or a turn passes, in which case you'll gain a wound.
I'm going to crawl to what would be like if there's like a corner or someplace with coverage or anything like that while cursing is doing this.
Well, you could crawl to one of the 2 side elevators, or there's like some benches and stuff in this room you could try to hide under, like in this corner over here.
Side elevator it is.
Okay, you could go to the one that the group is all piling into.
No.
Go to the other one. Okay, so you start crawling over here towards this one. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I think we did things out of order there. Yeah, because it goes alien and then no. Yeah, I'm sorry. So Justin, I skipped a turn here. So you have a turn. What do you do?
Well, do you automatically when doing that panic roll for Berserk get an action, or would he have stabbed Silva on his turn, and that just happened to occur?
No, it's an immediate free attack.
Oh, okay.
So on the free attack, he downed her. Now it's his regular turn. He can act normally. You know, as normal, somebody who just shanked their commanding officer can act. So yes, we're still at the bottom here. So Zmijewski, your turn. Are you muted, Justin?
No, yeah. I was fixing the mic. So the panel's like not even turned on, huh?
It looks... well, you can tell there's power, because you guys have gotten the power back on the base, but it doesn't look like it's really responding. You're guessing it's either because you haven't reconnected Apollo, or because maybe there's something wrong with this actual elevator.
You know, as I'm running, I tell him to type in 0746 and then continue down the hall.
Oh.
I'm gonna type in 0746.
It doesn't do anything.
Great. I'm gonna walk down the hall and shoot it in the head.
What a piece of shit. That's great.
Oh my god.
I gurgle under the blood. Anarchy.
Oh no. Okay, well you really panic. All right, Zmijewski's opening fire on the android and goes catatonic. Bullets spraying everywhere. Your gun is empty, and you give up on life. Basically, is what happens here. Okay, so Silva, you crawled this turn. JL, Zmijewski attacks you or tries to, and then just collapses to the ground in a heap. What do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
I continue to run down the hall and get into the elevator.
Okay, you may do so.
And
Dante?
I would like to. Well,
you still have an action if you want to do another action.
Yes, I'm gonna press the button to head us down to sub-level 3.
Okay.
Works for me.
Is there an objection from the group?
Yes.
What objection would you like to voice? Well, if you just saw this guy trying to dome me, and he froze from...
Go ahead, sorry.
And he just murdered the captain. So, we don't need him.
I'm alive.
It's true, she is still alive. You can see she's dragged herself into the other elevator shaft.
I
And
keep
guys,
like laying in crumpled messes. It's my thing.
No joke.
The captain is dead? Are we all still on comms?
I mean, you guys can probably see Silva drag herself to the elevator. It's across the room.
The xenomorph literally one punched the fucking blast door. Okay, so we got to get the fuck out of here right now. So that's why I pressed the button, and we're gonna go down. Unless
Okay, so we'll do it this way. So JL, you spend one action to get into the elevator. You spend your next action to hit the button. Okay.
That's correct.
Dante, you do have a chance to obviously stop the doors before they open. It's like a regular elevator. So what do? I mean, based on what you see Zmijewski comes around the corner and opens fire on her, and then he goes catatonic. You can see beyond him in the distance, Silva's dragged herself to the other elevator, and you can hear the creature sounds louder as if the door is open. Whether it's been opened or smashed down, you don't know. But JL just said it was smashed down, so what do?
Ugh. Guess we gotta get going. And Silva's already to the other elevator. I'm gonna hope it pans out and we can meet up later.
Good decision.
All right, Mason, do you do anything?
Nope.
Okay. On the next turn, the alien will move its 2 actions and make its way into the loading dock. It sees you first, Silva, so it's coming towards you, but it doesn't have enough actions to get into combat, so it's still it's still basically quote-unquote a zone away from you. And Zmijewski, you are currently catatonic from your panic roll there. So, then we're back up to the start of the order. Silva, you see this thing bearing down on you. What do you do?
I can't do anything though, right? I'm not allowed to use my weapon or anything.
No, but you could still try to drag yourself into the elevator and
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. All right, so you do that, and you hit the button as this thing comes stomping in your direction, and you can see across the hallway the other door to the other elevator closes with 3 of your compatriots inside. JL, Dante, and Mason, do you guys do anything as the elevator rides down to the next floor? I'm assuming you're going down to level 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the Charger is going to make its way towards the elevator here, and it's going to try to attack. So let's see what happens here. All right, Silva, you feel a massive shockwave just as this thing smashes against the doors, and you can hear it from above you as the doors are just shattered completely into the elevator shaft. You can feel them fall down the elevator shaft and crash onto the top of the elevator car that you're in, and the car shakes and it kind of bobs up and down. For a moment you're like worried if it's gonna break or if the rope's gonna cut, the cable's gonna cut. But yeah, you hear that. You can hear the thing roaring in the distance, and but your elevator holds and does not go spiraling to the ground. Zmijewski, how long does this panic last for? A turn passes. Well, I'm going to roll for the alien here and see if it notices you or if it keeps going for the elevator shaft. So, let me roll its observation, which luckily is kind of low because this is a big dumb monster. Alright. So, you see this thing trying to force its way into the elevator shaft, which it's definitely too big to do, but it starts tearing away at the walls and the door and basically the frame, and it's slowly making its way in there. As this goes on, you eventually you're going to come to your senses. It doesn't seem to notice you as you try to gather yourself, and at this point we're gonna end the combat. And Silva, I think the elevator you're in doesn't actually go down to the next floor. Let me check. I think that one only goes up.
I'll go wherever it takes me.
Which actually then means it doesn't, you're not in any danger of the alien cutting the cable because it's below you. So, good choice. Giant.
So, do I have to do anything?
No. So you're gonna be on level 1 right now, sub-level 1, if you want to go to that map. And where is your token? God, they're so small. Silva, here we go. Okay. So Silva, you are in this elevator shaft here. Eventually, because you really can't do much, eventually a turn will go by and you can regain 1 health, and then you can get yourself up off the floor. You find yourself back on sub-level 1 where all the fires are. Fires are still smoldering and burning when you're up here. So we'll start with you.
Way out if I'm allowed to, and if not, I'll wait.
Well, you do know that you can access all the elevators, so you can eventually cross and access the elevator that goes down to sublevel 3 if you'd like.
Where am I going?
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
I'm like, is this it says space elevator shaft?
So on this floor, you can see that one of the floors to the space elevator is here on this floor on sublevel 1, but you don't see an airlock. It looks like it's blast shutters that cover up a window on the space elevator. So it doesn't look like there's actually an entrance. It looks like it's probably the top part of the space elevator. It doesn't look like there's actually a door or an airlock to get in. It looks like you have to go to either level 2 or below to get access to it.
Damn it. Okay, I'll go there.
Go where?
Level 2 or below.
Well, if you go back to level 2, that's where you just came from.
Then I don't want to go there.
Or you can go down to level 3 where the rest of the group went.
God damn it. Is Zmijewski down there?
The last you saw was Zmijewski collapsed on the floor where the alien was on level 2.
Damn, baby, you're dead.
I'll
go down to level 3 then.
Yeah, and you can hear the alien tearing apart the elevator shaft. Okay, so you're going to cross here, go to this elevator, and then you have to wait because they're obviously riding it right now, so you'll wait a little bit for it to come back up and pick you up. Meanwhile, Zmijewski, this thing has just, like, torn through and it's trying to crawl up the elevator shaft, but it's just too big, and it's just wrecking everything. Eventually, you regain your senses and you're able to act again. What do you do?
Well, what's going on over here right now? Is this all closed?
Let's get rid of your panic here. The elevator doors are currently closed. You saw the group went in there, so you certainly could go over there and try to open it.
Is there any kind of panic trigger on the panel?
That's a good question. Let's see. Like a panic as in get the fuck here right now sort of panic? Or a emergency stop type panic?
Either or. What do you got?
Let's see. No, it does not have anything like that. It's just got a regular, basically a regular button, like a regular elevator.
Well, I don't have anywhere to go. None of these things work, and there's an alien on the other side of the hallway, right? I've gotten that right?
Yeah, I would say basically you have probably 3 options. You can try to sneak past the alien and either go to a different elevator or go to this ventilation shaft if you wanted to for some reason. Or you could attack the alien, or you could press the elevator button to the elevator that they just went through and wait for it.
See, that all sounds very tempting. But the nukes are still in the other room, huh?
Yeah, but you've set the timer, so...
Oh, I know, but Zmijewski's not sure he's going to live anymore, so he wants to go out the way he chooses to go out. So I'm going to double action sprint back towards the nukes with my gun ready.
Okay. All right. So 1 zone to get to blast door, and then 2 to get into the north part of the ammo depot. And...
Zmijewski's gonna go out the way he wants.
Yeah, the alien definitely notices you as you run past, and it's gonna obviously start chasing you, but it's got to get its ass out of the elevator shaft that it's kind of smashed itself into. So you can see like shrapnel and bits of metal getting thrown all over the place. You do still have comms. Do you try to contact anyone on your squad?
No. If you remember correctly, my character sheet says hates everyone.
I know. I'm just asking.
That's hilarious.
Everyone's been a giant dickhole, so you know what? Zmijewski's done.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Meanwhile, some peaceful elevator music for you 3 clowns.
The most awkward elevator.
Yeah, Do you guys say anything, or just wait until you ding get to the bottom floor?
Please
This is
silence.
incredibly uncomfortable.
Okay, some. Oh wait, hold on. We got to turn on. Let's
What
get
do
rid
you
of
have?
this. Oh, there's.
Ipanema queued up in your Alien RPG soundtrack.
I wish. Hold on. Let me get rid of. I'll give you guys vision here. How do we do that? Get rid of that. Is it unrestricted vision range? Did that clear the map for you guys? Level 3?
Yeah, I see it now.
I can see it.
Okay. All right. So the elevator dings, the door opens, and you find yourselves in this hallway. And yeah. What do you do? You guys know where the med lab is. It's just around the
Yeah,
corner.
we're gonna head over to the med lab.
Yep.
Let's get to it.
Okay.
Dante's gonna get on the table.
Yeah, so when you guys get in here, it has one of the med pods, like from Prometheus, that they had on the ship, where Dr. Shaw had the thing pull the alien out of her stomach.
Okay, I'm gonna need Mason's help getting Dante on the table so we can get him under.
Dante and Mason, do you guys try to contact anyone on your squad?
I'll buzz Silva. She was my commanding officer, and before.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you have open communication. So what do you say?
Silva, you still alive? Did you make it out?
I'm on your level if I'm not yet.
You're not on our level.
You're waiting for the elevator to come up and get you. So you're 2 floors above them right now.
Of course I made it out, you pussies.
What happened to you?
Oh, good.
Dante.
I don't know.
Oh, good.
1 minute I'm
What do you mean?
opening the shaft, and then the next...
No, what happened before that?
I don't get the question.
You don't know that you got stabbed in your chest by the private repeatedly? I'm asking that out of character.
Zmijewski went insane and stabbed me. Probably had an alien inside him.
Okay. Well, we're down in the med lab, so when you can, make your way here.
I love
That sounds
that
like a
reaction.
bad idea. I'm gonna just
I
sit
love
right
that.
here.
I love that reaction. Okay. Like, not like concerned about.
That's kind of in Zmijewski's wheelhouse.
Jesus.
The belt just seems to be his natural state of mind. So
Dante turns
Okay.
a little white and then explicitly checks the safety on the gun and makes sure that it is on.
Okay. Well, the 3 of you make your way around the corner into the med lab here. So there's a couple things here. The med lab itself, it's a typical med lab. It's got 4 auto docks that each have like a diagnostic computer. There's an examination table in the middle, and you can see there's cabinets that have all sorts of pharmaceuticals and drugs and things like that you would guess down here. Med kits and things like that. Strapped to the examination table is a single corpse of a Marine. You can see that they have been gagged, and they have a hole in their chest, and their ribs are bent outwards as if something exploded from inside of them.
Oh.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Great sign.
And then
Yeah,
actually,
Dante, we're gonna need to get this out of you right now.
in the quarantine lab, that's actually where the not the auto dock, the med pod is at. So it's in the next room over.
Okay. I guess we make our way there.
Yeah, so this is a quarantine lab and surgical suite. So as you enter, there's some emergency lights on in here that are kind of flickering on and off. This center table is the Pauling med pod. So that's the one that you would get into for the surgery. There's all sorts of surgical instruments scattered all across the floor. and there's all these different like quarantine rooms and closets basically that kind of line the outside. And yeah, each of these little rooms, basically, it's a quarantine room, so it's almost like a little prison cell. There's a small cot, a sink, and a toilet, and then it's got like the plexiglass type of like door/wall, and then there's a slot to put food in there, and you see that the first two stalls, the first two like quarantine rooms, have been smashed open from the inside. And you see that stalls 3 and 4, they're still intact, and you see what looks like all sorts of black goo/ash all around the walls, floor, and the window of those two stalls. And it's kind of hard to see through some of it, but if you peer through, you can see what looks like just a pile of goo or some sort of organic matter just kind of in a clump at the bottom, almost like something maybe melted.
Oh, I remember.
And you do see in those puddles of goo, you each see a dog tag of a Marine in there.
Oh.
And rooms 5, 6, and 7 are empty. They look untouched.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put on one of my breathing apparatuses from my CBRN detection kit.
Okay.
And I'll hand one to Dante.
Okay.
Sorry, what was it that you were handing him?
It's like an air filtration breathing system.
Okay, I don't need one of those, right, Chris? Because I'm an android. I don't
Right.
have to breathe.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah. And then there's also in here, let me just make sure I'm looking at the right thing. Level. Yeah, okay. There's also a surgical tool station, like a cabinet, basically. The thing that you guys see in here, other than tools and anesthetics and things like that, you all notice there is a black duffel bag in there. And JL, you would recognize that as Eckford's bag. You've seen her carry it around before. That's what you guys see when you enter the quarantine lab.
Okay, well, let's get Dante strapped in and get this thing out of her.
Okay. Dante, are you jumping in?
Yeah, I think I'll hop in. You mentioned all the surgical equipment on the floor. Hopefully there's some that is mildly sterile. If not, just throw some alcohol on it, and we'll have to hope that's good enough.
Well, again, this is
Mildly sterile.
This is like the med pod from Prometheus, so it's all automated.
It's got its own internal arms.
Yeah, it's just there's equipment in here if you're going to have a doctor
Great.
do a manual surgery. So here's how this works. I will need somebody to give me a ComTech at +2 to program the med pod, and then it does a medical aid roll, and it has its own stats for the medical aid here to try to.
How long is this process going to take?
Maybe just a couple minutes. I mean, it's fast. It's just like they're meant to be fast and accurate, just like in the movie. So you're guessing maybe like 2 to 5 minutes at the most.
Well, I don't have any ComTech skills, so I cannot.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
JL, would you like to
Sure.
ComTech
I would
at
imagine
plus
that's a
2.
couple
Right.
turns. That's a couple turns there. All right.
It's just one. You're just basically programming it. You're basically setting it up to do the correct.
Oh, I didn't do the +2.
All right, roll
sorry.
2 more dice.
Nice.
All right. Well, you only
Is
need
that
one.
enough?
So-
Yeah.
yeah, you only need one. So you see the android starts clicking away at the buttons, and this thing begins to power up. And meanwhile,
Chris, can I say something?
yeah,
Can I announce something?
Oh no.
sure.
I'm going to take my pistol out and shoot Mason.
Okay. Well, we'll get back to that in a second as the android programs the med pod, and then she draws her gun. Meanwhile, Silva, you're sitting here waiting, Eventually, this fucking elevator shows up. You get yourself inside, hit the button, and you start heading your way down to sub-level 3. So we're going to put you on sub-level 3 now, if you'd like to join the party.
Are you joining us, or did you say that was a bad idea and that you were going to stay there?
Silva? I thought you were going down there, right?
I am.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you get that's your turn. Is you get in the elevator, it shows up, it comes down, and then the doors open up. That's your turn. Meanwhile, back up on sub-level 2, Zmijewski, the alien, begins to pursue you. Let me make a roll here and see if it can get itself out of the elevator shaft, because it's struggling. All right. It does break free, and then it spends a turn. It's here. It's between the blast doors right now, chasing you. It's your turn, Zmijewski. What would you like to do?
All right, so wait. I'm just trying to make sure I understand this. My normal speed is 2 zones for 1 move action, or is it 1 movement per zone?
It's 1 per 1. Each fast action lets you move 1 zone, and you can drop your slow action to do a second fast action.
Okay, well, I gotta keep running until I can get closer to sweet release.
You're going? I assume you're going back to the bomb that you set.
I'm going to meet Jesus.
Okay. So 1 action to run to the south half of the room, and then 1 action to run into the nuclear storage. So you're basically right through the door here.
I'm going to meet Jesus.
Meanwhile, Jess, if you want to join us on sub-level 3, go right ahead.
I do.
And, okay, so we're going to do this. So Mason, you watch in horror as you're locked into the med pod. It begins to start the operation, and you...
I'm not in the med pod.
I'm sorry, Dante.
Yeah.
We need bigger nameplates here. I gotta zoom in like all the way.
For sure, no. It's crazy.
Okay, so here's what happens. Dante, the med pod closes, it locks shut, it begins to power up, the little mechanical arms are starting to go, and the surgery basically begins, which it's terrifying because you're awake during this, and you can feel this thing in your chest moving, and you feel like this is it, right? And then to your horror, you see Jael's hand drop to her side, and she goes for her pistol. So here's what we're gonna do. Jael and Dante, I'm gonna have you guys each do an...
You mean Mason or Dante?
I'm sorry, Mason.
No worries.
Okay. Each of you give me a mobility test. Whoever passes with more successes gets to act first. Wow, Mason, with 1 success, with all the stress, you still did it. Oh, but JL is too fast. So you draw your gun. What do you do?
Fire it right in his head.
Okay.
Now Chris has enough time passed that I've got another health back.
When's the last time you gained a health?
When the alien was chasing them.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Sick.
Oh, wait, hold on. We should do this. I'm sorry. Dante's on the chair. Mason's on the side here. There we go. Okay. All right. Give me an attack roll.
All right. Any pluses here?
No, you're just at regular range. I guess we'll start up combat music again
Ugh.
as you open
That's
fire.
horrific.
All
Yikes.
right.
With 11 dice, holy shit.
Yeah.
Somehow you see it coming, Mason, and you change your posture ever so slightly, and this bullet whizzes past your shoulder and smashes into one of the glass doors behind you. Not Dante, Silva, you hear this gunshot from down the hall. You probably hear Mason shout something. Mason, you may react.
Cool. So I only have 1 fast action, right? Or if I don't move, I have 2?
You have a fast action and a slow action.
Okay.
Normally.
Right. So...
You still have a busted kneecap.
Right, that's the thing. We had said something about
You
But
can
the
only
detail.
you can only do one move action a turn, so you can only use one fast action to move. You can't do a double move basically.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, so right now you guys are a little bit apart because she's shooting it. You're not at engaged range. You're just like maybe a couple feet apart. So
Gotcha. Well, I'll yell into the comms that the synth went crazy again, and then I'll raise my pulse rifle, having expected this to occur, and start unloading.
Okay. Would you like to use your move to aim?
Yeah.
Okay. Stand your ground.
Yeah. So that's what +2.
+2. Oh boy. Can you down the android? Do you want to push?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, you did it! You did it!
I like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're the little marine that could. 3 successes. Is this all damage?
Let me double check.
Do you want to do any crazy stunts? You've got
Yeah,
3
that's the-
successes.
That's what I wanna see. So inflict 1 more point of damage. Always good. Pin an enemy. They can't be pinned. We learned that before.
Yep.
Look
at that. Your training's coming into play here.
Initiative probably doesn't matter, right?
We'll do
worth
initiative
roll,
next.
yeah.
We'll do initiative next turn. This is just a surprise round between the two of you.
Okay. Or I can make my target drop a weapon.
You could.
So I'll make the target drop a weapon
Okay.
and then knock them down.
Okay. So 1 success to hit, 1 success to knock down the weapon, and 1 success to knock down the android.
Right.
Okay. So you hit her square in the chest. So JL, do you have any armor?
I do not have any armor.
All right. So you take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Android blood goes flying and spraying everywhere.
Mhm.
You're like knocked back against the glass and probably smashed through it onto the floor, and the gun goes skittering across the floor. Then Dante's surgery is underway while this is all going on. So,
Great.
Dante, would you like to roll, or do you want me to make the roll
What are we rolling?
for the med pod? It's going to make a medical aid to do the surgery.
Yeah, you can kick it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be straight up front with you here. It has 10 dice. If it succeeds, then it removes the alien and you live. It cannot push. If it fails, it removes the alien, but you do not survive the surgery.
Seems fair.
Here we go.
Ooh, he lives.
2 successes, lots of blood and sweat, and some panic as this thing literally cuts open your fucking sternum, cracks some of your ribs open, and then begins to remove the alien, which is thrashing and squealing and snapping at you. And then the machine begins to try to, well, not try, but it begins to repair and try to close your chest. Even with all the painkillers and morphine, you are screaming in pain. You can still feel what's going on here.
That's the worst.
Then
Well, not the literal worst, but still pretty bad.
we shall
Right.
go to initiative here. So, everybody come to some level 3, so everybody's on the same initiative track here. We'll just do this. And let me start a fight. There we go. All right.
All right, I forgot to use this last time. I have fast reflexes. Allows me to roll twice and pick
Oh,
the
really?
highest. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So just put yourself on there twice then. Everybody else?
Can you throw me into the initiative because I don't have a token?
Oh yeah. Hold on. Your token is totally not here. Let's fix that.
Ooh, a 2. That's a good roll.
All right.
I can't throw myself on there twice though, Chris.
Oh really? It won't let you?
No.
Okay, hold on. Maybe I can force it. Oh. Well, here, just roll twice. Okay, so you
Yeah,
had a 5.
It was
What
a
the-
2 is the other one, so that would
Okay,
put
Yeah.
so,
Almost
Right.
almost the highest you could, or the best one you could get. So
all right, so we'll do 2. Okay, and then Silva, waiting on you.
Can I stay where I am?
Yeah, but I still want you to roll initiative to see when you act. Oh, I suppose I should roll for the alien too here. We'll add him down here just so we have a token. Gotta find one first. God, creatures. Destroyer of Worlds? No. Here we go. All right. Tiny tokens for tiny monsters. Okay, it has a 10. All right, it makes sense. Okay, so we are starting with the android. You're down on the ground and you are unarmed. What do you want to do? Actually, you know what? Before we start this fight, why don't we take our break? Because we're at our halfway point here.
Okay.
And I need some water. So, everybody take 5. We'll be right back.
You're gonna die, Sean.
You gotta fucking try, bruh. I survived Hammer. I'll survive this.
I don't think Hammer tried to kill you, did he?
He tried to leave me in a wasteland. Okay.
When?
When I went out to go kill that kid.
What did I say?
You tried to convince Eckert to just drive away.
That's true, actually. You're right.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Totally understandable.
Okay, so top of the round, JL has initiative 2. What do you want to do?
Can I charge and knife? Can I do that?
Well, you're down first, so you have to stand up, which is a fast action. And drawing the knife is also a fast action. Getting into combat would also be a fast action, and attacking would be slow action. So you can't do all that in one turn.
I can't do all that in one turn. All right.
No.
What can I do to put myself in a position so that I can attack next turn?
You guys
That
have
would be
access
stand-up.
to the. You guys have access to the action sheet, don't you?
Yeah.
I suggest you look at that and tell me what you want to do.
1 second.
Don't bother standing up. Just fire the gun between your legs.
He dropped the gun. He doesn't have it. Remember?
Wow.
She shot out of his hand.
I'd have to get the.
Knock him down and knock it away. Come on.
But what about your other secret gun that we haven't talked about?
Yeah, that I just need to pull out real quick. Sorry. It's on the combat sheet, right? No.
Yeah, rules reference combat. Slow action, fast actions, right in the middle of the sheet.
During each round, you can perform 1 fast action, and you can swap a slow action for a fast action.
Correct.
All right. All right. So we're gonna get up.
Okay, that's fast action.
And we will draw the knife.
Okay. All right.
That's it.
It's like Marvin all over again, Sean.
Hopefully I'm strong enough.
Yeah, you might want to give up now. Okay, Zmijewski, you've made it into the nuclear storage. So it'll take a fast action to get to the bomb, and then what do you want to do when you get to it?
So, is it, am I familiar enough with it now after playing with it that I could just, like, set the time to now? Or, like, you know what I'm saying? Just, like, press the go, give it the gas, you know?
It'll take another Comtech roll to do it, but yes, I think you could change the timer at this point.
And, I mean, I'm gonna panic, so is there really a point? Because I'm at stress 9.
Well, if you panic and you roll higher than a 10, then you won't complete the action.
Right. So, you know what I probably could do is I could probably successfully drop a grenade at my feet or something, you know? That's pretty cool. What's a hero's way to die? How would Zmijewski? Yep, that's a pretty good way to die. And also fitting considering how much of our party has died via hand grenades.
So you're taking out a grenade and pulling a pin?
I'm gonna pull a pin and wait for that thing to, like, I'm just gonna turn to that thing, you know, and just, like, by the time it comes to chop my head, my hand's gonna release and I'm gonna have the sweet release of death.
Okay. Alright. Well, you pull the pin, You're holding the grenade as you turn around, and the alien is bearing down on you. Silva, you are up next. You hear gunfire, and you hear panic screams and shouts from the med bay, the quarantine lab. What do you do?
What's going on?
You're up. What do you want to do?
I'm sorry. I have like a little bit of a personal emergency. I'm going to start crawling to join the other characters.
Well, remember, you healed, so you don't have to crawl anymore.
I healed enough to walk.
You only need 1 health. Yeah, you can walk fine now.
She's never been human.
It's true.
Yeah, I've never been human. I'm sorry. So,
No,
okay.
as long as you have 1 health, you can act normally.
They just got broken ribs or whatever, and unlike busted up legs, which is what
Then
almost all of the
I'm
other.
gonna walk like normal, limping and grasping my side to the characters. Can I get there in both my movements?
You can go 2 zones. So you'd go to this zone, the hallway, and then you get into the med lab, and you can see through the doors. You can see that Dante's in the med pod getting operated on. The alien's been pulled out of his chest, and you can probably see JL picking herself off the floor. She's clearly been shot. She's wounded. She's drawing a knife, and you can see Mason across the room pointing his gun at her. Looks like he's getting ready to take another shot.
Man, I wish I had a grenade. Okay.
See what I'm talking about? It's like watching the perfect storm unwind every time.
Okay. Can I? Is she in my scopes? Is the android in my scopes?
You can see her, yeah.
Then I'm gonna shoot her.
Well, you've already spent both your actions moving, so you don't have
Then
any
I'm
actions left.
Then I'm gonna yell, "I'm coming for ya!"
All right, perfect. Mason, this is
Uh,
your chance, buddy.
yeah, I'm gonna aim again and continue to unload.
Okay. Do you want to go full auto?
Is there a difference? Yeah, sure, maybe.
Full auto gives you another point of stress, but you get another extra 2 dice.
So it would be +4.
Yes.
Cool. We will do that. Should I
Okay.
add the stress before I roll?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds clutch.
Glorious. Can Mason
How many stress
do
do you have?
7.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if you want that, dog.
I
Oh, no.
3 successes.
do. You fucking stress out right now.
Oh,
Tremble.
Oh,
You
that's not even
still-
that bad.
You still
that
hit. Okay, you have
And
3 successes.
Chris, that's an
Yes.
8. I forgot to do the -2, so it would be a 6. Which is,
Oh,
I
that's
think,
right. You got
put
nerves
together.
of steel. Yeah, you're fine.
So that's 3 successes.
Okay.
The first one is going to be trade initiatives because I want to go at 2,
Okay, makes
and
sense.
the next one's going to be damage.
Okay, so 1 to hit, 1 to damage, 1 to swap.
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to become a 2.
Mhm.
And then JL is going to become a 6. Good thinking, cadet. So JL, you're taking 3 points of damage. You still standing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just barely. More android blood and guts spraying everywhere, but she's like the Terminator. She doesn't want to die. Dante, I would say this turn you're probably still being patched up from the med pod right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah, but you can see Mason is like Ramboing this and just refusing to back down. You can see Captain Silva is trying to come to help as well. And then at 10, the Charger at this point, he would get into the room with you, Zmijewski. He's not in melee combat, but he's crossing the threshold of the door.
I'm getting kited hard here.
Mason, back-to-back initiatives here. Somehow not failing.
Okay, so
Oh, however, you
Out of
did burn
ammo.
through your ammo. Yes.
right. So is it a fast action or a slow action to reload?
It's a slow action.
Right. So I drop the pulse rifle, and I pull out my saber.
You can't fire it though.
Oh,
Your saber.
yeah, General or Colonel. What's his name?
Colonel
Right.
Hackford's
Major Hartfield, I
Hashtag
think was his name.
Hartfield, yeah, something.
Yeah.
So am I able to do that and then attack him?
No, you have
No, because you You're not engaged. You're separated. So it would be 1 to draw and 1 to get into combat, but you wouldn't be able to attack.
So then I will save my last action to defend myself if he gets in combat.
Oh my god, this is fucking epic. Oh my god. All right. Zmijewski, the creature is barreling down towards you.
How close is it to me?
I'd say maybe 10, 15 feet.
Goodbye. I'm just gonna drop the grenade.
Okay. You drop the grenade. We'll finish up the round here. Silva, it is your turn. You see Mason has burned through his clip. He throws the gun to the ground and like a goddamn war
I'm
hero
gonna
draws
go
his
into the
sword.
bag.
Okay.
Those doors are closed.
I can't open it?
No one said they shut the doors, so I'm assuming they're still open. So it's still 2 zones though to move here, and then it would be another one to move into the room. So you won't be able to
Oh
attack.
my god, really? Jesus Christ. I feel like
Can
it's
she
crawling
attack
faster.
from there?
Oh yeah, she's got line of sight from where she's standing right now if she wants to shoot something.
Can I shoot the android?
Yeah.
Can I see the alien?
No, the alien's on a different floor with Zmijewski. I just have their tokens here, so we have them.
Oh,
in
I'm sorry. I
initiative.
thought you said that there was an alien in this room because it's the med bay.
Oh, there's the alien that's been pulled out of Dante's chest in the med pod.
Right.
But the med pod has it like clamped down with the little hand, the little
Okay,
claw
so it's like
things.
closed. Okay, then
Yeah,
I'll
it's
shoot
not-
the
and it-
android.
Yeah, and it's still in the med pod with Dante, so just let it kill him or her.
Phew.
Okay. Ooh, 4 successes, but we have a panic for Captain Silva. Can she do it? Roll your panic, please. Flee. Oh, too bad.
Oh, that's- Panic, more panic.
Do I get to
Did you
shoot?
clear it from earlier?
Oh, no.
Because the roll was 10. It looks like.
10
But-
is still fail.
Was that
Yeah.
is
Hold
that
on.
4 plus 6 to 10?
Please tell me that also makes.
So flee is a 13 on the chart here.
I did not lower my panic at all.
Roll 10 more.
Yeah, I think you
What's-
still had the
what's
weird
your
spell
current
from
stress?
earlier.
6.
So a total of like 7 added somehow.
Yeah, you couldn't get more than 12.
Okay, do a new panic roll. I just cleared it. Cause yeah, that was messed up. 12, scream. You scream your lungs out as you open fire.
You ever scream?
Well-
You ever fire your gun into the air and go, "Aw"?
So your stress goes down by 1, but Dante and Mason must take panic
Oh
tests.
yes, this is gonna be great.
And
please.
you burn through your ammo as well. Almost had it. Okay,
Yes.
Dante twitches. Your guy's stress
Mason
goes up by
drops.
1.
Drops the knife.
Sword. I dropped the sword.
Is that with your -2, Sean? From your Nerves of Steel?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you do drop the knife, and your stress goes up by 1, as your concentration is interrupted by your panicking, screaming captain.
Rip.
Which means, JL, you are open, and Mason does
Fucking-
not have a weapon.
I'm making a jump with my knife to stab him.
Okay. So you fast action to move and slow action to attack.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. Is there any bonuses with the knife?
Just roll the knife. It'll do any bonuses it has. 2 damage. Well, I guess, do you want to use your second success for a point of damage or something else?
Well, how many points of damage do you have left?
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
I don't think you have a lot. So, let's see what I want to do with.
The knife does base damage too, so if you do another one, it'll be 3.
Right.
Or you can do 2 damage in a stunt. Plus, he does have armor, so he will get an armor roll.
And since I don't have a weapon, I'm not allowed to defend myself, correct?
Yeah, you have to have some sort of object in your hands to try to block. Unless it was an unarmed attack, then you can try to block with your hands.
Yeah. No.
Trying to think if there's anything else I want to do with my additional success. Yeah,
What's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be?
I'm gonna do the damage and then trade initiative cards with him.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's going to be 2 damage to you, Sean. Please go ahead and roll your armor. You block
One
once,
success.
take 1 point of damage.
Right. Okay.
And Jail is back to initiative 2.
I'm gonna knife you again.
So now we're on to
That's how
Dante.
it goes.
So Dante, the med pod opens as it's kind of finished patching you up. You're in extreme pain, and the alien is screeching and struggling to try to get out of the grasp of the med pod arms. But otherwise, you can act. You've lived. What do you do? All hell's broken loose.
Yeah, it's getting pretty crazy. What's my like kit situation like? Like, I dressed down and presumably left all of my guns somewhere. Or
I assume they're
down in the
probably like
corner.
they're leaning against the counter next to you, one of the
Alright.
cabinets. And yeah, you're
Uh.
probably stripped down from the waist up. They took off like the top part of your armor and like your shirt.
The alien is still shrieking in the grasp of the thing. Can I just hop out and close the pod?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's a good first step.
I'd throw the alien at the android. That's what I would do.
I
Not
Don't.
gonna grab an alien with my
Like-
bare hands.
Grab it by the tail, right? And throw it. See what happens.
Yeah,
Like a
so
Okay.
snapping turtle.
So you hop out, you slam the med pod shut, locking the alien inside. And then at this point is when the charger would reach Zmijewski as the grenade goes off. And, well, it's a grenade next to a nuclear warhead, next to a bomb strapped to a nuclear warhead. So I think we can all do the math on that one.
Base school boom.
As
I
the
don't
mushroom
think
pod-
a grenade. I don't think a grenade would set off a nuke. Still requires a sequence.
But it's going to set off the bomb that he strapped to the nuke. Remember, he took a bomb.
Is that
he
is
took
that
a
how he
blasting
did it?
charge. He took a blasting charge from.
Oh,
the
I was
Gunnery.
busy. I was very busy.
So there is going to be a chain reaction here. However, as the explosion engulfs the base and everyone inside, we'll do one final round of combat here to see what happens. So basically, right now, the lower level is slag as the charger gets engulfed by the nuke, and Zmijewski, you're embraced by the warm nuclear explosion.
Do I
Smile on your face.
do I hear the song of my people, and do I at least get half of my achievement completed? Huh? Half credit?
I'll look at your thing in a minute here.
Hell yeah.
But yes, the song of your people is playing as you gloriously die.
Daka
Jay-
daka daka.
JL, what do you do?
I'm going to stab him again.
All right, one more attack roll. Back-to-back initiative. How's it feel?
It feels pretty good.
I can't get over how absurd this last session became. every possible turn.
Oh, no successes.
Successes.
You know, there is something in here that says imitate a human panic and push.
That's when you're still acting as a human. You've already been revealed as an android.
Got it. Okay.
'Cause until you're revealed as an android, you act as a human and use the stress rules.
Wow, I can't
So-
believe I fucked that up. So that was one fast action. Can I double?
Attacking is a slow action.
Oh, it's slow action. Okay.
So you still have a fast action if you want to do something. Not that there's much you can do, but
Yeah, let's see if I can do something.
You could walk away. I don't have a weapon, so I don't think I get like an opportunity attack.
you could do an unarmed attack. You can still try to punch her.
Well-
I don't know how successful that'd be against an android.
We've
We've seen how that works out in Alien Isolation with the fucking maintenance jack.
probably hurt me more than him, but hey.
Yeah, just break your wrist.
Yeah.
Could I punch him?
No, that would be an attack.
Ah, man. Slow action was that. All right. And then, oh, I should have aimed.
I don't think you can aim with a melee attack. I think it's only with guns.
Okay.
Yeah, it says. Oh yeah, it says aim carefully. Prerequisite range weapon, so you can't do it with melee.
You're right. There's not really a lot.
I feel like if you
Make a
close
grapple
your eye,
attack on a target you have grappled.
You could shit talk him if you want.
ooh, insult his mother.
Maybe give him a monologue before you blow up.
Yeah. Shove engaged enemy away. Close combat. Make a grapple attack on a target you have grappled. What is a grapple? Like it's an actual attack move?
Well, it's like any other game. You can grapple. You can try to grab somebody. I'm sure it's way simpler in this game than it is in other games, though, because, you know, it's not D&D.
Okay. It is a close combat stunt in the attacker's turn. It counts as a normal attack fast action that cannot
Oh,
be blocked.
it's a
a
stunt.
stunt.
You didn't have any. You have to
Yeah.
have successes to do stunts.
The
So
opponent
no.
can try to break grapple. Got it. Alright, well, it doesn't look like it can do anything. So,
All right. Well,
just standing on top of you, bleeding out.
Zmijewski, we're just going to give you the dead condition because you're being engulfed by a nuclear fire. Silva, what do you do?
Shooting.
Well, you ran out of ammo last turn, so you'd have to reload.
I have a
which is
pistol.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Trying to limit me.
Oh, she hit.
You think the person who was carrying
push.
like 6 grenades doesn't have more than one gun? Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to push?
Yeah, she did.
Oh,
That's
Alright.
great.
Fantastic.
Flee. Okay, you just can't take it anymore. Yeah, so you go to pull the gun out, and you're like, "Fuck this! I can't take it." You go running back the way you came.
And Mason's gonna have to also roll for.
Can I see her when she's around the corner?
Hold on here. Every friendly character who sees you run must make an immediate panic roll. Yeah, I mean she's right there. I think you probably see her. So the two of you need to make panic rolls.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yes! Yes!
scream! Oh Jesus Christ! Okay.
Where you going, bitch? Where you going?
So you're running.
Now, is an 11? Would that be allow me to use overkill?
Oh, oh boy.
Yeah, that's
I believe it's 11 plus because I think it was.
I think we've looked at
Black
that before. It was
Rage,
11
it
plus.
has finally come.
Is it time? Is it
I
time?
hope so.
If you roll a panic result of 11 or more.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Dante, you're screaming as you see your captain retreat, screaming. Mason gets this look in his eye, like he just can't take it anymore, and he triggers overkill. Which means it's Mason's turn.
Now, is overkill a free attack like Berserk?
Why do you gotta ask all these rules questions that I don't know the answers to right off the top of my
Because
head?
I want to kill the android, okay?
Well, it's your turn, so you can make an attack anyway.
But I want multiple attacks. Regardless, I'm going to pull out my knife and start knife fighting an android.
This is awesome. Okay. Let's see. Overkill.
Here's my first.
Yeah, do your attack first and see what happens.
So
Three
first it was
successes.
a military movie, then it was a horror, and then it was a mystery, and then it was a spy movie, and then it was a comedy, and then it was a tragedy, and now it's a comedy again?
It's
Something.
everything.
I don't know what we're at this
This is
point.
the best movie ever.
3 successes and 3 panics. But you're
Overkilling.
frenzy, so
Yeah. All
3
damage.
successes, all damage. 4 damage, android.
I have to take 4 damage?
Yes.
Ooh, that's it.
All right, roll a synth critical damage roll, please. We know synths are very hard to put down here.
Him or me?
Ben can roll for his
Okay.
character. We've been rolling for our own characters, so. Ooh, almost 5. Severe chassis breach. Internal organs spill out, and the android is completely immobilized. So, while you do not kill her, you basically cut through some of her synaptic relays, and she just collapses to the ground in a heap.
Nice.
Twitching, but unable to move. And, Dante, you see Mason triumphantly standing over the android as Captain Silva runs away in the background. What do you do?
I guess I grab all my gear and follow the captain.
All right.
Or yeah.
Well, unfortunately, you don't get very far, as all of your worlds turn to fire and radiation as the nuclear blast not only destroys the base, but the entire colony here on Ariarcus. If we were out in space, where the rubble of the space battle is, we would see a small mushroom cloud lighting up on the planet's surface as Fort Nebraska and the accompanying colony is no more and wiped from the face of the alien universe. And, well, there's no backup characters for that one, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That is where the movie ends, as the camera just pulls back from the planet through some rubble of the space battle, and we see the mushroom cloud basically tears the tether cable for the climber car, which then smashes down onto the planet, causing even more devastation, and we fade to black as the fate of the colony is sealed.
Well,
that is the end of Destroyer of Worlds.
Fade to black and then slowly melt into a pile of goo.
at least nobody left the planet knowing about Project Life.
True.
All right. Well, we've got some time here, so let's do a little after action here. So let's talk about agendas first, one at a time. If you'll tell us your agendas for Act 1, 2, and 3, not only for the listeners, for the players, though, so they can see why some of you guys are making your actions. And if you had more than one character, please go ahead, start with who you started with, and go on from there. So we will start. Let's just go in our initiative order here. We'll start with Ben.
So as Hammer, obviously I thought I was, the best Marine, and that the rest of the Marines around me were pussies, and I was encouraged to show that often. In Act 2, I didn't think that any of my teammates deserved to be Marines, so I felt it was inclined to be even more suicidal than I was, and show them how a real Marine should fight. And then in Act 3, I was to prove that I was the toughest there ever was by killing an alien in hand-to-hand combat, and then get away without the others unless they earned the right to survive. So that was Hammer's agenda, which is why he was a real big prick.
I think you played that pretty well.
Yeah.
Definitely a dick that just wanted to kill stuff. So yeah, definitely would count that as complete. Did you actually manage to kill an alien in hand-to-hand?
I
or no?
didn't. No. We were just about to get engaged with the aliens, and then I lost my other hand.
I think your hands are broke. Yeah, your hands are broken at that point. Hard to do, but
Hard
not
to
the lack
do.
of trying.
Would have kicked him to death if I could. And then with JL, she had quite a backstory. I mean,
Yeah, so you know what? I'll get to JL because she has kind of the part of the story here, but so we'll get to JL. I'll explain all of her stuff after that because she's an NPC. So Justin, with everyone's favorite Polish Marine, Zmijewski.
All right, so it's pretty simple actually. Act 1, make the squad respect me. Did it. Stage 2, the UPP does not respect me. Correct that. Did it. And third, you know what? Fuck it. I bet you this planet looks pretty on fire. Let's try and see what it looks like. I didn't quite make it off the planet to see, but I'm sure it was glorious.
It was.
You were gonna try to make it off the planet while watching it burn.
Yeah, I was trying to just like, once I got all set up, like, all right, it's time to go. And I was gonna ride the lift and just like casually take a nap for a few hours until I got to the top, and then I would have time to board something and then right about an hour after we get to the top of the elevator, kaboom.
Yeah, so Chris, I know that you're going to explain JL's motives, but like Justin, I was deliberately trying to give you a fictitious number to
Oh, I know.
input so that I could have the alien kill you.
That's why Zmijewski hated androids, because he can't reason with them because they think they're smarter than him.
Fair.
Yeah. See how that turned out, Android. All right. Jessica, tell us about your characters.
So I started off as your synthetic Charlie Chaplin, and made it pretty well through the game. Do you want me to disclose, Chris?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, so the beginning, I got my character of Charlie being the synthetic for the group, and I had the morals of a regular synthetic. However, it was Act 1, I had been taken over by some kind of presence, which, fast forward to my character having a nervous breakdown and shooting around the room when I discovered Jalil, who was the presence taking over me. So when she said that she was doing a reboot of sorts, she was talking about me as the android, and she was controlling me for a period of time. So in Act 1, I actually killed people. And in Act 2, I killed people on accident. I didn't mean to. As Charlie. And then Charlie died, and I took over Captain Silva. And Captain Silva's role was and as Charlie, I didn't trust the woman Eckford. And so that realigned with Silva, who my goal was to as a sin eater. The program of the biomutants didn't sit well with me, and now that I know who was involved, I needed to find them and take them out. So that just realigned with my character's purpose, and I got to kill Eckford right away. And I just caused some mayhem, the way I like to do shit.
Yeah, so in since Silva was an NPC for most of this, in Act 1, her agenda was take care of your own. If the AWOL Marines are going to be put down, you're going to lead the squad that does it with respect. So I tried to roleplay that. That's why she was getting pissed off when you guys weren't. You guys were just kind of willing, especially with Hammer, just willing to kill them. Her being a sin eater, she wanted to kind of get to the bottom of it and find out why they turned traitor instead of just putting them down like Command kind of wanted you to. And then in Act 2, your ragtag squad has proven themselves under fire. You're going to make sure they get back to the safety of Fort Nebraska alive, even if it means dying for them. Well, unfortunately, she didn't show up in Act 2 because she was getting her way out of the destroyed APC. And then, in Act 3, like Jessica said, Silva was pretty pissed off that, it was being revealed that the company and probably some of the higher-ups were in on this and caused, the alien infestation. So she wanted to end them and end the experiments, which she did with Eckford pretty effectively. So, well done there. And then we've got Matt.
Yeah, so back in the beginning, spinning back the wheels of time, I was playing Iona, who, despite his training as a Smartgunner, had more of an administrative position than the day-to-day. And so his Act 1 agenda was to play it safe, but don't make it look like you're playing it safe, so you could get back to his cushy desk job without, being horribly exploded. Act 2, kind of similar. He realizes that he can't make it without help and intended to ingratiate himself to one of the squad's ultimate badasses to get them to watch over you. That kind of squiffy is sort of mainly something I just tried to not upend. He's pretty much toast by Act 3, but it sort of says the same. Some Marines are willing to take one for the team, but not you. There are alien beaches out there waiting for you, so use the squad to deliver you to safety. And that didn't pan out for him. But then Dante, who I jumped into, well, I suppose in the outset, US CMC is the best of the best. And Dante wanted to be professional and leave the Corps looking good, since it would have been the last time before she retired, but here on the agenda it literally says this is your last time out, which is
Well, yeah, because
just
she
a
was
good
supposed
wiggle room.
to be
Yeah.
medically discharged because of her injury, and then
Yeah.
she got roped into this. So, the idea was, do the Marines proud on your last
I was
assignment.
only 6 days from retirement.
Exactly.
And by the time I jumped into the character, it became very obvious that Dante's agenda was get whatever the fuck is inside you out before it kills you, and that sort of became the main driver of not dying.
Welcome to Prometheus.
Yep. And finally, Sean.
Yeah, so Mason's Act 1 agenda is actually tied into the backstory, where they had another squad of Marines they were leading that were all wiped out by a creature that resembled very closely the alien, with like the steel teeth and the black carapace. So their Act 1 agenda was that they could not cope being alone, so they had to stay close to fellow Marines at all times. And then Act 2 was they had to have a clear conscience after all of the memories of their dead comrades, so they had to get everyone back to Fort Nebraska, including the bodies of any fallen teammates, which none of our teammates had died at that point, so we were doing real good, boys.
Except the 2 you left in the APC, but I guess that doesn't count.
Hey, I checked with you in that session. You said, nope, I won't count that because you weren't here to drag them back. Don't you bring that up. And then Act 3, make sure every trace of biocontamination is eradicated, even if it means sacrificing the lives of any infected teammates. So, if we couldn't save Dante, I was just going to kill Dante. But we saved Dante.
Mason has a backstory where he was part of a mission on a space station. I believe it's called Euphora Station, and there's a xenomorph outbreak, and I believe the entire squad is killed by one of the aliens, and you and your lieutenant are like the last 2, and then
only one?
Yep, only one. Hey, maybe it was a really big alien.
Who knows?
I don't know. They don't give us the details. But anyway, yeah, he was the lone survivor, and so he knew about the aliens, and then started to realize this went on, that clearly they were involved. So,
right.
That's kind of what happened here.
So early on, it might have seemed like metagaming, mentioning multiple aliens. It wasn't. Backstory.
And then basically, so the basic story here, to kind of pull back the curtain for everybody, the basic story here is that the head of, so some of Weyland-Yutani and some of the higher ups in the Colonial Marine Corps have created this off the records agreement to do unsanctioned bioweapons tests, and they call it Project Life Force. And it's trying to implement the classic xenomorph into some sort of bioweapon. And it all kind of, this story in particular really falls into the meta plot within the Alien RPG. So in Chariot of the Gods, which is considered like the first of a trilogy of these stories, you find the strain of the black goo, and it's turning people into monsters. Well, somehow Colonel Myers, the head of this base, gets a sample of that. It's kind of alluded that he got to the ship before the events of the module start, before the players wake up or arrive. So he had a squad that got a sample, and they were testing it down here, and Eckford was the head scientist researcher for Weyland-Yutani on the base. And they discover that particular strain of the black goo has the potential to stop a chest burster from bursting. But it's random kind of what it does. It either kills the embryo and makes it inert, it does nothing, or it basically mutates the host into a terrible monster. And so Dante got experimented on when she was down here. She got face hugged, and they implanted her with an embryo. And then the AWOL Marines were all infected. They were face hugged, and then they were infected with the the black goo strain to see, as part of the experiment, to see what it would do. And for Wright, the one that Ben killed, if you can discover it, it turns out that the shot actually worked on her and it killed the alien. So she's got a dead chestburster inside of her that won't kill her. The first Marine you find in the jail, that guy, he's always dead. The thing didn't work on him. The second one you guys saw, she mutated, so it fucked up her DNA. And the last one you guys never found, he's actually at the medical facility. And if you find him, the doctor there is trying to help him remove the creature. At this point, that Marine's kind of lost it, and he's willing to try to cut this thing out himself. So he either does that and he ends up killing himself, or the doctor tries to get it out and kills him because the doctor decides he wants to try to save the creature and cash in with Weyland-Yutani. And so the Marines, when they realize what's happened, Wright, who I believe, or Carvello, I can't remember which one, but whoever's in charge of the AWOL Marines, she gets her squad out of the base, and then they try to join up with the insurgency in hopes of giving the research over to the UPP in exchange for medical attention and getting the aliens out of them. So the sergeant of the AWOL Marines is trying to protect her squad and get them to safety. And then you guys are sent in by Colonel Myers basically to try to cover it up because he knows they know about the experiments and he wants them dead or brought back so they can contain it. And so when the UPP invasion starts, Colonel Myers has ordered the evacuation of all the xenomorph material. So the sub-level 3 is actually where they're doing all the testing. They say that it's a weapons testing, but it's actually a secret bioweapons facility where they're doing all these experiments. So you guys can see down here, there's some containment storage areas and things like that. So they basically have a full nest of aliens down here, and they start trying to transport them off-world when they think that the UPP fleet is on its way, because Colonel Myers wants to try to save all of his research. Unfortunately, the UPP attacks when they're transporting, and some of the specimens get loose when the base gets attacked, and then they start killing everybody, and they actually set up a nest. They set up a hive in Fort Nebraska. JL, the android, is like Colonel Myers' right hand, and she's there to do whatever he asks and to help keep the project going. So she knows pretty much everything about Project Life Force and the experiments that are going on. At the start of the mission, she is jacked into the Apollo mainframe, and she uploads her consciousness into Chaplin so that she can monitor your guys' progress. And at the start of Act 1, Chaplin is working as JL. So Chaplin knows someone else is in his system, but he can't do anything about it, and he's doing what JL wants, which is to try to cover up evidence of Project Life Force. And then when the EMP grenade goes off, that severs her connection to Chaplin, and he realizes in Act 2 what he's done and that he was under someone else's control, so he tries to start to make up for it. And then in Act 3, when you meet JL, she tries to take control of him again, because now that she's in close proximity, she has another attempt to hack him. So that's why Chaplin opened fire on you guys, because she was controlling him. And then, because she knows everything about Project Life Force, her job is to try to find Colonel Myers, because you can find him on the base. He puts himself in cold storage with a chestburster inside of him in hopes of being brought off planet, so that he can protect some of the research and get off the planet. So JL tries to find him and help him, and she tries to make sure that anybody with any evidence or knowledge of the experiment is killed, and she tries to get off planet with whatever she can as far as samples and research and things like that.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's they it's a random thing that they put in there, but you basically can find his cryopod, and then you realize that it's him. And, he obviously, if you open it up, he'll order everybody to help him. And since he's the colonel, the idea is that, hopefully people will listen to him. And Eckford, at the start, she has hacked into the squad's comms and cameras. So she's keeping tabs on the mission, and she tries to stay close to you guys in order to make sure, because she wants to get the Marines back for the experiments. That's why she approaches you at the beginning and offers to help. And obviously she tries to do the usual Weyland-Yutani thing and get off planet with some samples. And then at that point, the last thing, if you actually do get the elevator working, that is where the alien queen has set up the hive. So there's 3 floors. I'll show you guys the floor here. I'll activate it so you guys can at least see what the map looks like.
We had actually gotten the space elevator working. The
Yes.
queen would have been in there,
Yeah, so let me...
so we wouldn't have gotten out.
Well, I don't see how a group is supposed to be able to, but on the cargo bay, the 3rd floor, is where the alien hive is. So there's a queen there with a bunch of eggs, and there's, I think, like 3 or 4 soldiers. And then basically the idea is that if you get on the elevator, you start riding it up to space, and when you get up there, assuming you somehow survive or you fight off the aliens or whatever, you get to space and you see the remnants of the UPP fleet that attacked, and it's basically just all space debris, and a destroyed ship crashes into the orbital tether for the elevator, and so you guys have to figure out a way to get off the elevator before it crashes into where the cable's basically been cut. And you find some escape pods floating around, and the goal is try to get off the elevator into the escape pods, if you are able to make it that far. But you've got a queen and a bunch of aliens on board, assuming you start it up and you don't realize they're on there. So that's the big hurdle at the end, is dealing with all that. And obviously at that point, a lot of people are stressed, so pretty difficult to do. You guys...
That's the biggest hurdle, not the, like, maybe 20 to 40% of the squad that's trying to kill each other.
Yeah, it all went to hell pretty fast there,
Intense.
So yeah, that is the basic story of what's going on here, and then it's supposed to be continued in the 3rd and final part of this trilogy in the next campaign that comes out, which is called Heart of Darkness. And then the whole Project Life Force thing, that kind of, and that's part of the meta plot in the Marine campaign that's in the Colonial Marines book. So a lot of cool stuff there. But that's basically the story of what's going on in this mission.
Very cool. Very, very interesting.
So
Awesome.
A lot of fun.
yeah. So everybody enjoy themselves. Any questions about anything?
Woohoo!
No questions.
Thanks, Chris.
That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Wonderful. Ben, I was kind of laughing when you got the traitor character again. Since you had Singleton in Hope's Last Day. I was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. But
I screwed everybody over in that one too.
Yeah. You're a natural. Well, listeners, that is all we have here. We've actually finished ahead of time, believe it or not. That's a first. How about that? So, players, thank you. Thanks for being on the show. Great having you all back. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. And thanks for playing along. It's been fun.
Vote for me so I can come back.
Hell yeah. All right. Justin's saying his mic has gone out, but he's saying he's enjoyed himself. So glad to have you here, Justin, as usual. Yeah, everything's good. So thanks again, players. Thanks again, listeners. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. I'm sure there will be more Alien in the future. And be sure to check out our other podcast, Gallows Geist, our Warhammer Fantasy 4th edition roleplay actual play series. We're up to episode 64. We're getting towards the end on that. And we've got a couple one-shots coming your way that we're going to be checking out some of the pre-gen modules from Uberstrike Adventures and things like that. And it looks like we're going to have some 40k RPGs coming up soon as well. Maybe some Wrath and Glory. So stay tuned. We got more in store for you next year. And thanks for stopping by again. So players, thank you all once more. Great having you. And we'll call it here. Nighty night.
Been a blast.
Yeah, thanks for running, Chris.